What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box we have an exciting one. It's been close to a year since this one has actually released, but a lot of you guys probably have never even heard of it still, and it is still available. So let's take a closer look at the Mortal Models Bugatti Veyron SuperSport and see if it is worth adding to your collections. So right out of the gate here, let's take a look at our casting itself, and you'll see that our proportions are pretty solid. Like, they are great. Scaling is also very nice. I believe this to be true 1/64 scale. Looking really, really good. I'll pop the real life car up in the top right corner so you can get a little bit of a comparison. And then while you do that, let's go ahead and take a closer look at our car itself here. So almost everything you see here is going to be metal, and it's going to be very nice. Main body section metal, and then the base is also metal down there. That being said here, this section, the engine cover, this is a piece of plastic, and the rear wing is plastic, for a very good reason that we'll get into later. The only other real section of plastic is down here at the diffuser. This chunk here is plastic, and actually, you might be able to see it if I lift it up here. It's actually like an actual tunnel there, which looks really, really cool. I really, really like that. Now, I mentioned that the engine cover was plastic. The mirrors are plastic as well, obviously, and that is because the engine cover can actually just bloop, pop right off. It's this little chunk of plastic here. Very, very nice. On the other hand, because it reveals these really cool details on the engine inside. So we've got a very, very nicely detailed engine inside. And then you can see here the rear wing. It is adjustable. So you can have it in the up position, or you can kind of have it sitting down. And again, you can adjust it from even there. So this being plastic kind of gives that wing some more wiggle room so that it can sit in there a little bit better. I like it to be displayed down, but let me just hold that there. And then with some slight tweaking and adjusting, well, let me just get it off camera and then you can see the aftermath. And there we have it. So wing can be up. It's a little bit of tweaking that you need to do to get it really right, and it doesn't sit perfectly, but there was an attempt made to give us a optional there, so looks good, and I really, really like that they included that there. So overall, that's about all I have to say. Our casting wise is very nice. Again, every body line that you'd want to see. Vents, good. Little plastic inserts for these vents here. Down here, again, really, really cool. I mean, casting, you really don't have much more that you could say. Exhaust right here, little insert, great. Lots and lots going on and looking good. Paint and deco. So this is the world record deco that we got with a nice black paint with the orange accents everywhere, which looks really cool. There are plenty of choices for this that they've done. There's like brown carbon and green carbon. There's probably 5 or 6 different deco options for this casting now at this point. But they have done the standard Veyron as well. So if you want the SS and not the standard, make sure you're paying attention to the little differences between the two so you don't get the wrong thing. The only gripe I have is that the real life car, at least there's a choice with the real life car, that this should be more of like carbon, exposed carbon with like a clear coat over top of it and not a flat black. I'm not sure if the one that actually made the world record run is that carbon choice, but I know there is an example that is carbon. So I just wish that we had the choice of a carbon one instead of the flat black, but it looks fine. Gloss black, whatever it is, still looks good. Working our way into the details. So starting up front, trying to be very careful here. Massive grille section, all textured, nice little insert, little Bugatti logo there. Headlights are plastic inserts as you would expect at a premium model, and they look really, really nice. Making your way kind of down here, windshield wipers and everything detailed in. It's going to be tough to see, but there is a very nicely detailed interior there. Not sure how much you're going to really be able to tell from my camera work, but it is what it is, and it's nice, trust me on that one. Coming down to the sides here, you'll see that we do have accurate wheels to the real-life car, which look really cool. I'm not sure how accurate these silver accents are in here, but the orange is definitely accurate, and those look cool. Mirrors, it's going to be tough to tell, but there is a little silver sticker thingy on the mirrors, chrome thingy that gives it an actual mirror shine to it. Then we do have this silver accent running down the entire back section, which leads us to our engine cover section, where we do have plastic inserts for the taillights. little EB logo there, and the Bugatti section here, and then exhaust, very small, but there indeed. And then again, when we take the engine cover off, you can see that the engine itself is extremely nicely detailed in there and looking phenomenal. Underneath the wing, there's even whatever this is supposed to be. I can't quite tell. But the wing supports even have accurate-ish detailing to them. So on the whole there, really, really nice on the detailing. Like, they really captured a lot and went above and beyond what a lot of models do. And they even gave us some really cool things like the adjustable wing. Overall, really, really loving it. Moving into our roll test, most of you are probably unfamiliar with mortal models, but it does roll. It doesn't roll amazingly, like a Mini GT is definitely going to roll better, but it does roll, so that is definitely cool to see. I went ahead and put this one on the scale, and it comes out to be 39.06 grams. So you got to keep in mind that it's, as true 1/64 scale, it is pretty small, but that metal with the extra amount of details crammed in there has definitely given it some seriously good weight. Pros and cons, getting started with the pros. This is the first 1/64th, true 1/64th Veyron SS to really be easily obtainable. There was one from Taiwan 711. Only came in one deco. I didn't think it looked pretty good. I would consider this to be the first widely accessible one. The second big pro is going to be the adjustable wing. I absolutely love it. It is finicky and it is hard to really get to where you want it, but once you get it there, it looks really nice and it is fun to kind of adjust and see. Just be careful with it. And you can have it in an up display there, looking really cool. I love this when they have any kind of adjustable things on 1/64th because it is a tough thing to do and get done right, but it always just gives you that option of displayability, and that is a cool factor for me. The third big pro is going to be the level of details. I mean, you saw that engine bay. That's where it really shines. The car itself does not have like excessive amounts of details on the exterior section, but then again, the Veyron itself is not exactly like the most wildly shaped car where you would see a ton of those details exteriorly, whatever that word is. That being said, though, the engine is done phenomenal and I love it. That does roll us into our cons, though, and the only one that I would say is just it's fragile. Like this rear wing especially has the adjustability, but you can see just how easy it is to kind of move and manipulate. So just be extremely careful with it, especially with it sitting on this plastic thing here. Just be very, very careful. Like I almost shake messing with it because I'm afraid I'm going to break something on it. Mirrors seem to be pretty tough. I wouldn't drop them, but I have probably pushed on them a little harder than I meant to earlier and they didn't snap. So fragility is definitely a thing to consider with that rear wing section. For some quick size comparisons, here we have it with some Mattel Bugattis that you probably have, with the newer casting of the Hot Wheels Bugatti Veyron and the Matchbox Bugatti Divo. And here we have it with some other premium Bugattis that you might have, with the Bugatti LVN, as I call it, from JKM, and the Bugatti 110 from Mini GT. Now, with all of that out of the way, it is finally time to get an overall score. The hype level on this one, I'm going to give it a 9.75 out of 10. There was a lot of people very excited for it, and especially in this deco. It actually sold out very quickly. I had to pre-order the second mix, which I never pre-order anything, so definitely was able to get it. However, once that second mix came out, it's been pretty easily available and is still pretty easily available now. So it's going to get a 9.75 there. Execution. I'm going to give it a 9.65 on the execution. Everything is very, very nice. There's a few little sloppy spots up here in the paint, which detract a little bit, especially at the $25 to $30 price point. And then the fragility of the rear wing, I am going to factor that in as well, even though I do love it. I think there's probably a better way to have done it. Feedback. I have not seen any real complaints on this one, so for that, I'm going to give it a 9.9. Everyone seems to really, really enjoy this when they get it, and no one really has any massive complaints to say. When we take these three categories, add them together and average them out, we are going to find that our overall score is 9.77 out of 10, which is a damn near perfect score because it is a damn near perfect model. I think that this thing is fantastic, really, really cool, and I absolutely love the adjustable rear wing, even if it is a little flimsy. So, I do wish that they would work on that, maybe with the next car that they decide to do, that they engineer it a little bit better. Maybe give us a little switch on the bottom that can raise the rear wing. That way it actually will sit a little bit better too. Because honestly, that's the only thing truly holding it back from being a perfect 10 out of 10 model. I think for the $25 to $30 price point though, you are really getting a nice, solid premium model here that you're honestly getting more than a lot of brands would give you. So definitely worth its price. And on the whole, one that I absolutely highly recommend for anyone who is a supercar fan or a Bugatti fan in general. This is one that I would seriously consider picking up. And with that, guys, that is all I have for this review. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and leave a comment telling me what your thoughts are on this particular model down below, and I will see you in the next video.